All right, everyone should be able to see my screen. This is what you will see when you first log into the system. Here, I am not logged in at all. In fact, it gives you the option to log in up here in the upper right-hand corner. Even without logging in, you'll be able to see various proposals that are online. It defaults to only showing future proposals, so you will not see any in the past unless you go up and change the date here. This is the proposal search screen, and there is a additional help screen for contacting information, frequently asked questions, etc. But you're not here for the help. You're here to how do I get into this thing? Starting off, when you log in, if you are an FDOT employee, you will do so with the FDOT login, and it should automatically log you in. If you are not connected to our internal network, it will ask you to verify your identity. Otherwise, it should just log you straight into the system. But for those who are not FDOT employees, we will be using this, where it will ask you for your email address and password if you already have an account. If you do not have one, you click down here to sign up. You enter in your email address here, and I'm going to make special note of this. If you have an account in the current BidQ&A system, you will want to use the same email address. The reason for that is if you use the same email address, the questions from the old system are being imported into the new system, and as a result, you will maintain that connection and still receive notifications on old questions. If you use a different email address, only your new questions will you get any notifications on. After you've entered your email address, you click here to send your verification code, which will be sent to that email address. You want to make sure you enter in your password information and your first and last name, although these two, in the event of someone having to change their name, you can change these later, and I'll show you how. When you get the verification code, you'll type it in here and hit create, and after a short distance, it will go ahead and log you in, which I've done here on a different screen. Once you are logged into the system, it'll have your email address, it'll have your account information, which is here where you can change your first and last name. In addition, it will have your contact information, which is how FDOT employees will find and be able to reach you. So make sure this information is accurate and kept up to date. Company name is required. You will not be able to ask a question without a company name being filled in. Same with telephone number. Job title, extension, those are not necessary. But let's go ahead and click in here. Let's pick a proposal. Let's pick one for tomorrow because that'll have some special rules to it. Here you can see we've already imported a lot of the questions and answers that have already been asked. This is the way that it'll appear. Questions appearing first with the time and date submitted. If there are answers, the most correct answer will be listed here in green with the published date and whatever it is. If there are previous answers that were listed on here, it'll list them here as voided. These are not reliable. They may have been correct at the time, but they have been since updated. Now, if you attempt to ask a question and you have not filled in your contact info, it will force you to fill in your contact info. So now it will allow you to ask a question. You enter in your question here. You'll see down here at the bottom, because this is only 1 day from its letting date, it gives you a warning. A response to this question is not required due to the letting date being within 7 days. In December, that is extended to 10 days, but otherwise you can cancel the question, meaning you don't actually ask it, save it, which when you save a question, it has not been submitted for an answer. You are still in the process of editing that question. You can simply leave the site, come back, pull up this proposal again, and once again make edits to it until you feel satisfied with your question, at which point you hit submit here or submit over here. Gives you the warning dialog. At this point, the question has been submitted. You can see here it's also been published because we currently have automatic publishing turned on. So anyone on the internet can see and review this question. Internal staff will then review your question and within a given time frame will provide the answers similar to what's done down here. And this is the way that you'll see it. You'll see an answer. If there is a, let's see here, let me find one here. When you submit the question, you will not receive notifications, but you will receive, whenever an answer is submitted on the question, you will receive an email notification saying that your question has been answered. And then it will provide a link which you can then follow to go directly to the proposal. If you're interested in what projects are underneath a given letting or against a given proposal, you can see the project numbers here. This is the information directly out of our system with regards to how it is described, where it is, etc. We have added a few quality of life additions in here for those who use the system frequently. This right here will allow you to bookmark a proposal, meaning that when you go into your My Proposals, you can see any proposal that you have bookmarked will appear here, so you can keep track of those. And the way to turn that off is simply to click on it again. In addition, under My Proposals, you can see all questions that have been asked by you and on which proposal. You can also see whether or not it has been answered in one place.